I would say, clear guidance provided by the Greek tax administration back in 2017, I think there has been an increasing trend for trust in Greece. But still, do you consider that there are some thorny issues that haven't been addressed? For example, the issue of real estate property, of structures involving trust.
You're right, Panagiotis, and I mean, trusts are not that much doing with taxes, not big taxes. They have to do more with asset protection and also with the new generation protection. Because let's imagine a situation where, I mean, you find two young people which are 20 or 18 inheriting a large fortune of more than 50 million or 100 million. I mean, that would be very difficult to handle. So actually what was clarified in 2017 was that there is actually, with this trust, that there is actually a deferral in the taxation of inheritance at the time when the beneficiaries receive the amount. So this is very useful.
And it's also they clarify, because I think the major fear up to that time, because it was not resolved, that the creation of the trust and the transfer of the funds of the property to the trust, it's not a taxable event. So this shift the big fear that they have.
Exactly. So this was very important, the fact that we had this clarification. So you're right that I mean, when these trusts own a real estate property, that could be very problematic from a Greek tax point of view because of the special real estate tax, which is huge. It's 15% on the amount of the property, of the value, the objective value of the property yearly. So, I mean, it's a no-go, of course, everybody can understand. Of course, we can discuss a lot on this special real estate tax and whether now it's still useful with the UBO registry and all the new stuff.
And also there is some case law that it's actually pending before the Council of State that perhaps there could be a null, but still, you know, all these years it was actually a big problem for structuring, tax structuring, when you want to acquire real estate property in Greece.
Yeah, I mean, another alternative which can be concerned is the alternative investment funds, which are also named in the exemptions case. And I mean, if we can have some time to also discuss a little on the AIS.
Yes, we are gonna go later on this. Okay, so I'm going now to Petros. So the trust, I mean, it's an institution. Typically, legally speaking, it's not acknowledged in Greece because we are a continental law jurisdiction. We are not a common law jurisdiction. So apart from the tax aspect, a little bit, what are the legal issues? I mean, there could be some tricky legal issues. We have here in Greece the forced heirship rules. What about when you have a dispute, the jurisdiction of court? So, of course, there is an increasing trend of using the trust, but still, I understand there should be some legal considerations to be taken into account.
Yeah. Well, the trust issue is a very delicate issue in Greece. Why? Because it is an exotic institution. So it's an institution that 90% of the lawyers have not learned about in the law school in Greece. Maybe, if not 90, if not 190% of the judges have zero exposure to that. So nobody really understands what is a trust. What we have in mind as Greek lawyers is the katapistema, which is totally unrelated to trust, which trust is epistema, it's another thing. So this creates a huge, let's say, misunderstanding framework, especially when you go to court. So when you go to court, there are court decisions that let's say, they name the trust as inheritance, as a last will. they name the trust as a contract, they name the trust as a mutual understanding within a κοινωνία δικαιώματος, within a society of rights. Yeah? So there are tremendously different explanations
And
or
approaches.
interpretations and approaches. So there is no serious approach how we handle a trust. As Konstantinos said before, very correctly, you know, until 2017 there was zero reference to trust in the Greek, let's say, legal documents, let's say, laws. From 2017 onwards, there was an understanding how it works, at least with regards to the tax implications, but civil law-wise and legally wise, there is no understanding. So, first of all, the trusts do not work in Greece right now, especially with real estate is extremely tricky. Of course, whatever has to do with ownerships abroad of Greek individuals who have trust, there is no problem, and the
foreign assets, yes.
the poll of 2017 clarifies this. What we expect, and I can share with you an information, is that now we are expecting a poll, a circular from the Ministry of Finance that clarifies how the trust works as a non-opaque structure for real estate. This
So they're going to address the issue of the special real estate tax.
They will clarify that it is not an opaque structure and that there is no special real estate tax. And this has been discussed throughout the year. We have filed an application, we have presented and explained. Mr. Haralabopoulos is here, who has drafted actually the application to the Ministry of Finance, and orally what they have explained to us is that we fully agree, because as you know, for example, the foundations in Greece are not considered as non-compliant structures. Why? Why? Because there is Onassis Foundation, Niarchos Foundation, we understand that. But there is no reference to the trust, because they had in mind that trust is a contract, is not a legal entity. So since it's not a legal entity, it cannot be exempt or non-exempt from this with regards to the special real estate tax. So now they understand that assets that are owned by trustees in trust, they have to be treated in a way which is along the line with other structures. If the structure is not opaque, if it is clear who is the beneficiary, then this is something that has to be taken into consideration by the authorities and listed in the special list. So this is the discussion we had with the authorities, and that what we expect is within, let's say, the next months, that there will be a circular that will confirm that.
Which will be a little bit
again,
quite radical and very good.
Yeah, it will be a
Update,
game
because,
changer.
yes.
But it is an update which is, let's say, this is the result of long discussions with the authorities, explanations, and I think that we are now in the last steps. It remains to be seen, but this is what we believe right now.
Definitely will be a game changer. Okay, Marios, what are your views on trust and how they correlate and interact with relocation?
Sure. Thank you. First of all, I left it at the head of the experts because I'm not very much familiarized with the trust laws in Greece, but what I can tell you is because we conduct a very thorough due diligence on the source of funds, on the clients. I have two comments on that, is that 90% of our clients are using trust structures. And secondly, Geneva, where I'm based, which is a very big financial hub and surrounded by service providers, that there is huge demand for trust, and there are more than 40 companies in Geneva offering trust services for their clients. So something which I understand from the two gentlemen professionals is not very common, or was not common until 2017 in Greece, is something widely spread on a global scale using different trusts in different jurisdictions based on the asset structure of each client.